What's up, everybody? This is Tamara. Welcome to Tam Psych Advice. And today we're going to do a video on, are you just over it? What do you do when you're just done? But before I get into the video, I want to encourage you to hit the like button if you want to see more videos like this. If, you could share my videos, subscribe, all that good stuff really helps me out a lot, and it means a whole lot to me. So thank you so much for those of you who have already done that. I see you. So yeah, let's connect. Let's stay connected. So ENFJs, what do you do when you're just over it? And really, this applies to any other type as well. So put in the comments, what do you do when you're just over it? You're just done. How do you handle that? As we speak, we're still in the pandemic. As I'm making this video, by the time I release it, maybe things have changed, but a lot of people have quit their jobs. I'm talking millions of people have quit their jobs. And it's just crazy. Like, you can have the job of your choice right now because people have just quit for whatever reason. I am an ENFJ, and I find it difficult in many situations to just quit. I don't think I'm a quitter. I was always encouraged to keep trying. You don't let anybody make you quit. You keep going. You dig deeper. You try harder. But that doesn't always work. It's very difficult for me to quit a job. It's very difficult for me to just up and leave and disappear and change situations or locations. I've known people who have hopped from one apartment to the next because they wanted to only live in brand new apartments. And I'm like, how in the world do you do that? I would lose my mind packing up all my stuff all the time. And so some people just quit like it's nothing. You tick them off, or they find that, hey, this job is too exhausting. I just can't do it. It's too much pressure, too much stress. They will turn in their resignation letter in a heartbeat. But there have been some situations where I just say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm also not the greatest at begging, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's decided, okay, I don't want to connect with you anymore. Or be like, let's say relationship situations. I've seen so many relationship situations where, like, somebody gets broken up with and they beg the person to take them back. Please be with me. And they get strung along and they go through all this stuff. I really personally never learned how to be strung along. I was never good at that. I was never strung along. I think it's just my personality. I don't know how to do that. Not saying that I would want to be strung along, but I find it interesting and intriguing how some people get strung along, used and abused. They get somebody to marry them who has clearly said, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to be with you. And the next thing you know, they're together. Like, I don't understand. Like, there is a certain point that I consider to be a breaking point, and it's like, okay, that's it, I'm done. So when somebody says I'm over it, it means to accept, feel better about, move on from, or come to terms with something or some romantic relationship that has failed or turned out badly. So it could be the expression of a loss of interest in something or someone. It's an indication that a negative event is no longer bothersome to someone. So I kind of think of it in two different categories. Like, one is where you just kind of give up. Like, you don't give up, but if you keep facing failure in an area, or you keep trying in a certain area and it's just not working, you just say, hey, I'm over it. Or it could be in a romantic relationship where it's just a situation where you're like, you know what, I'm over it. Like, it's kind of like you've said, I've had enough. I don't know what else to do. I can definitely think of a work situation that I was in once where it was the weirdest thing. I had never seen a situation where everything revolved around one person's job, and that was the person who was in charge. It wasn't their company, but they were in charge. And so they figured out a way to get everyone to contribute to their job. Meanwhile, you've got all of these other positions that need to be played that aren't getting played effectively or at all because one person wants all of their needs met. If you can relate to a situation where you have just been spinning your wheels over and over and over and over and over, and it's just not working out, you're not making traction, no matter what angle you come at, it just doesn't seem to work out. You try to change strategies, you try to change the time up, you just do everything you can think of, or there's somebody always in the way or hindering your progress, whatever. If you've ever been in a situation like that, put it in the comments below, because I'm really curious to see, how do you handle it when you're just over it? Do ENFJs, for example, do they keep trying or do they give up? I mean, what do you think? What do you as an ENFJ do? Are there times when you feel like enough is enough and it's ridiculous to keep trying? Or is it always a good idea to keep trying? And really, anybody's Myers-Briggs can answer this. So what about romantic relationships? Have you ever been in a romantic relationship where it just feels like something or someone is always working against you? I remember being in a relationship many years ago, and it was a great relationship. It was really, really good. Like, we really connected very well. But the problem was his mother. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like this, and maybe it was me. Probably I could have handled it a lot differently, but I don't think I knew quite how to handle it. But his mother was constantly interfering. If he bought me roses, why didn't you buy me a rose? If he bought me a painting, why didn't I get a painting? If we had an event to go to, something was going to break down or be broken in her house or her car, there was going to be something where she was going to need him to come to her rescue, and it was going to interfere, and then she would give him a hard time about, why are you taking her, not me? It was just constant, just interference, difficulty. Like, oh my goodness, lady, you had your chance at your romance. I mean, let your son enjoy romance too. I think ENFJs tend to be people pleaser. We want to please. We want to make everyone happy. We want to accommodate everyone. Yeah, sure, I'll help you. We can do it. But I think as I get older, my patience, patience is waning. Our patiences are waning. I don't know. And I just see the world a bit differently. I kind of feel like if you're willing to take advantage of me, then I'm willing to stand up to you and let you know that you're not going to do that with me. And then we can both feel really awkward and stupid. So my thought process has evolved some. It's still difficult for me, but certain things I will set boundaries and I will say no, and I will protect myself better than I used to, because I think it's important. I think it's absolutely important. If people are bold sometimes with their disregard or their aggressiveness towards getting, this is what I want, me, 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 me. And, I definitely like to take people's feelings into consideration. But at the same time, there are just certain things now that I will say I'm getting out of that situation. But I do think that ENFJs are very tenacious, very proactive. We persevere. I think those are all ENFJ traits, typical traits. But I just think there are certain situations where, if there are certain things that I'm supposed to do or that I need to do, and they keep getting interfered with outside of my control, or because of interference of a person who they are focused on what they need and not what needs to happen in that situation, there are times when I will just say, forget it. Like, I'm not going to keep trying, because it's a waste of time. I'm wasting energy, getting nowhere. So I try to look at situations more realistically now, instead of, fighting to, make things a certain way, when the truth is they're never going to be that way. Yeah, so it depends on environment, the people. There are a lot of factors that go into getting things done. So love your feedback. Let me know if there are any other videos you want me to do on ENFJs. Definitely hit that subscribe button. That really helps me a lot, and it makes me feel happy. So if you haven't already done that, please do it. And check out my books. Flip the Script on Love by Tamara Hunter Zyon. The Workplace NaRCISSiST by Tamara Hunter Zyon. They are on Amazon, and I think they will help you with love or difficulties with people. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.